My name is Chris Seifert. I am the support center manager based out of the field support office in Sioux Falls. Today I'm going to be going over the support center, a couple things on analytics with that, the data packages, as well as expert alerts and the importance of those. So we'll get started here. So first and foremost, I know Kyle Patton had teed it up pretty well earlier this morning. Actually, so this is our support center ticket volume that we've had over the last 4 years since 2019. So we can see that our first year we had about 3,200 calls come in. Last year we actually topped out at 11,400 calls within the support center throughout the entire year. During that year, in 2023, we had contact with 3,000 unique customers throughout that entire year. So on average, we're looking at probably about 4 times or 4 different calls per person on average on that. So one of the other things is in one day, our peak phone call number was actually 320 phone calls in one day between the 5 of us last year. So I don't know if you guys remember May 1st, but May 1st was when every single person was out in the field ready to get started planting last year. So that was that day at 320 phone calls there. It's pretty awesome that we were able to multiply our amount of tickets that we handled in a year by 4 in the last 4 years. So really proud of that statistic, and we've doubled down on our staffing so we can get to customers a lot quicker. So what does the support center do? We do different things such as precision ag troubleshooting, remote training. So if you have a new display, we're able to help talk you through how to use the display, what we can do to get you ready to rock and roll for the spring or for the next upcoming season. We do Operations Center support, so if you have any questions on the John Deere Operations Center or anything of that sort, we are more than happy to help you through that. And it's even easier if we have a partnership with you in the John Deere Operations Center already. So we also do subscriptions and licenses, just like I had stated earlier, and then JD Link terminal transfers. And honestly, we do a lot more than that, but these are just a couple of the high-level points that we do in a day. So if you do not have the support center number, it is 507-200-3060. So moving into data packages. What is a data package? Data packages are basically when we're able to manage the digital footprint of your operation. So we're able to help clean up those client farm field names, help you make sure that you're getting accurate boundaries brought into the operations center, and that you're reporting, or we can generate reporting that enables you to make more profitable decisions across your farm. Customers can better utilize this technology that exists now, in addition to setting themselves up for success in the future. It makes that bridging that gap that much easier because you're already cleaned up and you're ready to roll. So this doesn't look familiar at all to any of you. I'm sure you were you've maybe seen this a couple times already today. Denton Stevens had already brought this up in the last one, but if you look on the left-hand side here, every single one of these different pieces, the orange, the brown, the blue, those were actually all completely different client farm field names, and they all had active boundaries. If you look at the John Deere Operations Center, it actually utilizes geospatial sorting. So when data comes in, it finds, even if you had it in the wrong client farm field name, it'll find that boundary and sort that data into that correct field. Well, when you have 5, 6, 7 different active boundaries in the same field, it actually was sorting it into all 5 of those different fields and made an absolute mess. So when we're talking AutoPath is based on documentation data, so basically that AutoPath was not working for this customer at all because he had it split across 5 or 6 different field names. So what we really do with the data package is we make sure that we get that all cleaned up. It's all under the same client farm field name. And through that process, we actually were able to get his number of field names from 457 fields all the way down to 45, which was his actual number of fields that he was farming. So pretty amazing stuff there. Moving into expert alerts. So what an expert alert is it's basically like it's a proactive diagnostic trouble code. Have you guys ever seen a DTC come up on your display in the cab? in the display? Is it coming up and saying that we've got an alert, a diagnostic trouble code? Yeah, a couple of you have seen that once or twice. So basically what this does is Deere has put enough research into certain DTCs throwing, or basically it's running analytics on that tractor as it's going, and it's able to predict when there's going to be a failure coming up. So rather than risking that, keeping on going through, running it, and having a bunch of collateral damage when you're actually in the field and you're wanting to run, right? This helps to prevent that downtime that would happen here. So 5.4 hours is actually the number of hours on average that a technician saves by starting with an expert alert versus trying to go through the entire diagnostic process of it. So if you have two different technicians, you give one that expert alert with the step-by-step instructions on how to fix it, and you give the other one absolutely nothing and they have to try and troubleshoot it and figure it out. It saves 5.4 hours on average of technician diagnostic time. So let's just say for ease, we're charging, let's say, $200 an hour for labor rate. Think about how much money that's going to save you by starting with that expert alert versus starting with nothing. The answer is at least $1,000 immediately. So, and that is all enabled by having a JD-Link modem in your cab. So we aren't able to get those expert alerts without connectivity enabled. So it's a huge thing. Also, unless if you're partnered with us in the Operations Center, we're not able to see that information either. So it really, really helps us on the service side of things, as well as helps you guys save money.